days are shorter. It's cold. Most people don't go out and socialize as much. Maybe the holidays bring back memories that you just necessarily don't like to be reminded of. I'm an overthinker. Oh my God, my Achilles heel to life is how much I overthink. You're going out your way to be my friend. Of course you're a good person. No, naive. I feel like most people who isolate themselves, that's where like the depression and the anxiety and the overthinking starts creeping in, because you have no one to tell you like what you're going through is real, but I'm here for you. Or what you're going through is real, but okay, here's this therapist that I have. You should go. What you're going through is real. Here's this podcast I like listening to. I'm going to send it to you. This changed my whole perspective. Read this book. Oh, just come out and get some drinks with me. Come out, let's go try a new restaurant. Like, no one can be that person for you if you keep it in your head. So I know not everybody's social, but sometimes you're just going to have to get out there. But in the winter, the beautiful thing about life slowing down is you can rest more. And I feel like we're never allowing ourselves to rest. Like, how about we romanticize rest? We have romanticized hustle culture for so long. Let's romanticize rest. I feel like I'm giving like super like duh advice, but sometimes you just need to hear the obvious. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Life as Maya. Today we're making a nice little soup, one that I have never made before. Today we're making Pozole Rojo, I think. I'm cooking out of a cookbook for the first time in years. So yeah, I mean, new experience, but this is what we're making. And we're cooking out of Nopolito cookbook. This was like highly recommended for like Mexican cuisines, and yeah, I wanted to try it. So yeah, as we're cooking, we're going to talk about how we're going to avoid seasonal depression, because I know like with the weather changes and the holidays coming up, like some people do not like enjoy this time of the year. I personally was one of those people before, but now I love the fall, the winter. Like, it brings me all the feels. So either have these ingredients that are already listed or be cooking your own type of thing as we sit and chat. Additionally, I think this meal is made with pork. Pozole Rojo is red pork soup with honey, and this is that. But I don't really want to go pork, so we're using beef. We have to make our own adobo, so I'm going to start with that first. And it says place chiles. I don't know why I put the accent on, but it says place the chiles in a heat-proof bowl and add boiling water. Let them sit with chilies or soften for about 20 minutes. So we're going to do that before we do anything else. It says 8, but it also calls for 4 pounds of pork, and I only got 2 pounds of beef, so I'm just going to use 4 of these dry chilies. Boiling water, I'm going to pour over. I really forget how to speak when the camera comes on. It's actually sickening. But, okay. Pouring this over the chiles. We're going to let them soften up, I guess. I'm mad at myself. Truly would have been a bad day for everybody. It would have been a bad day for everybody. Okay, so what we're gonna do, they actually only say season the pork. My problem is, like, I'll always try to change up a recipe, but cooking out of a cookbook, I'm going to really try to stick to the recipe so that I can taste what is supposed to be the most authentic way that this goes. But anyways, let's get to yapping. You know, I don't know if you're here for the video or hear me yap, but here's both. Anyway, so the reason I thought this conversation was really important, because one, I just know how, like, it's not even necessarily seasonal depression, but the fall, the winter time, like, people just get sadder more because the days are shorter, it's cold, most people don't go out and socialize as much. Maybe the holidays bring back memories that you just necessarily don't like to be reminded of. You have to go see family, or you don't have a lot of family to go see because you cut them off. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like I was one of those people, because if you don't know, most of my family lives in Georgia and South Carolina, and I currently live in Virginia. And so I just feel like the holidays for me would be sad sometimes because it's like, oh, I have to pick a holiday that I have to go now. Like I can't go visit, can't visit Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it'll just be like, I have to watch my family be together. I have to watch them and I would just be so like sad around the holiday time. I really truly do think that is like a lot of people's just reality around this time. Like just, I don't know, people get more sad, whatever you want to call it, seasonal depression, sad, whatever. And I kind of just wanted to make a video, and I kind of just wanted to talk about how like my experience with that has been, but also like how to get out of that. And I know this isn't like obviously going to change everyone's perspective on it. Like not everyone's situation is the same, so circumstances make things differently, but I think this would be helpful. Obviously, if you know me, you know I am a faith believer. I believe in Jesus Christ. So before anything, like before any practical advice I would give, I would always say take it to the Father. Take it to the Father. I think also most people are scared to take like sad things to God. They feel like they always have to have it together. Like, oh my God, if I'm going to come to God, I have to pray and thank him for this. And I have to tell him, thank you, Jesus, for doing all that you've done. But sometimes you just want to get on your knees and be like, God, I'm tired. I am actually very over the season of life I'm in. And I find that when I started being more real with the feelings that I had to God, I felt more of his presence. Because it's like, why are we trying to hide from him? He knows already anyways. So I feel like that was a struggle for me at first because I felt like no one ever tells you. Everyone always just tells you, be grateful for what you have, and life could be so much worse, but no one ever, for me at least, was able, like I just feel like I never heard like it's okay to go to God even with the feelings that aren't pretty. And so I feel like that is the first start. Obviously, like pray, fast, but more than all of those things, it's just like go to him with those feelings and he'll lead you to whatever that looks like for yourself. So I have to start there. And I find that is super, super helpful for me in my opinion. Like go to the Father. And I feel like even like I wouldn't say the season has anything to do with how I've been feeling recently. But for a while, I was creating distance between me and God and not even realizing it because I didn't want to go be honest with him. Or I was just like, how dare I complain about this? Or how dare I keep going in prayer and only asking for stuff? But, and some of that is truth. Like, prayer should not just be like a God, give me, give me, give me. Sometimes it is. Like, I should just be willing to go sit and wait and just listen for a response before I go into prayer all the time asking for stuff. And I found that once I started doing that, going into prayer, just not always looking for a response, sometimes just going to lament and cry and tell him I'm upset, or sometimes going into prayer and being like, God, I do need you. I need you to give me clarity. Like, I don't even need like a tangible thing. I just need you to give me clarity. I need you to give me peace. Like, I need you to respond to me. Send someone to confirm, auto delete. Like I need to do, Lord, I need you to do something. So yeah, there's seasons for all those and that will change with your circumstance. But I just feel like that is where you need to start. If you're feeling down and sad and all those things, like that can't just stay in your head. If it stays in your head, it will make you feel worse. Like so many things, so many thoughts that we have in our head, if it stays in our head, it's so much deeper than it really is. Like, have you ever even tried to just think of a to-do list? And it might be like 6 items. If you think of 6 items in your head, you're probably like, wow, this is overwhelming. But once you write it down, put it in your notes, and you start crossing it off, it feels way more doable. And I think that's the same thing with our feelings. If it's in our head, it feels super, super overwhelming, and you're not expressing it to no one, so no one can even help you. It just feels worse. But sometimes when you take the time to just simply journal, give it to God, and then even give it to a friend, so that just makes it easier. So don't isolate yourself in the season of not feeling well in this time. Like I feel like most people who isolate themselves, that's where like the depression and the anxiety and the overthinking starts creeping in, because you have no one to tell you like what you're going through is real, but I'm here for you. Or what you're going through is real, but okay, here's this therapist that I have. You should go. What you're going through is real. Here's this podcast I like listening to. I'm going to send it to you. This changed my whole perspective. Read this book. Oh, just come out and get some drinks with me. Come out, let's go try a new restaurant. Like, no one can be that person for you if you keep it in your head. So I think it's very important during these cold seasons, like, no matter what that temptation, I know the temptation to cozy up and be at home by yourself may creep in, but still take advantage of the holiday season to, you know, see your family, go be with your friends and all the things. And I know there's someone who's probably like, girl, I got no friends, or my family lives across the world, or something like that. Like, I know those circumstances are real. I mean, they're real for me. I came to Virginia with no friends, and now I've built such a great community. And if you don't have that community already, that doesn't mean it's not possible. It's like, what rooms can you be putting yourself in to meet those friends? I know not everybody's social, but sometimes you're just gonna have to get out there. But I will go to the grocery store, see a girl who has a bag that I like, and I'll start a conversation about that. You never know what will stem from that. So many of my friendships have come from me just putting myself out there. A lot of my friendship was pretty much ignited through me being the one, like, saying something, honestly. And I'm not ashamed of that, because most of them would be like, I would be too awkward to ever talk to you, but like, I'm so glad you did. And I feel like that's okay. Like, it's okay if you have to be the one to initiate a friendship. That's fine. Our salted, cubed up. She says, I'm actually gonna salt it more now that I actually cut it up. I should have just salted it after, but I'm just generously salting it because it seems like it's the only season that's going on it for now. So we are gonna make sure it is full of flavor. And if you're scared of salt and you don't like salting that heavy, it's fine, because you know with cooking, like, you can always add and you can subtract. So if you're not comfortable with it, start off by lightly salting and then add as you want that to build the flavor. The chilies are still softening, so I'll be back in a second when they soften, and we'll keep talking and laughing. And guys, I'm sorry I don't have another second angle. Truly, I'm just trying to get back in the swing of filming for YouTube. And if I make an excuse because my camera's dead that I'm not going to record, then I wasn't going to record. So I'm sorry for one angle. Expect better and more videos. Okay, so now we're going to make our adobo. And that is, we're going to put the softened chilies. I'm just going to remove the stems, but I'm not going to de-seed them because I like a spice. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like, the world is just so interesting right now that, like, I feel like we're just so used to, especially here in America, like, we're just so used to, like, oh, well, that's our reality, keep it moving, that no one's giving themselves enough grace to just be like, actually, life is kind of hard. Let me, like, adjust. Let me allow my body to adjust. And you just keep moving with the ebbs and flows of things. So I feel like one thing that's really helped me, I don't know if I've ever even talked about this on my YouTube, but I've started to go to therapy. Cumin, salt, garlic, oregano, and a little bit of leftover water to make the adobo. But I've started to go to therapy to just, I don't know, get my thoughts out. Like, again, it helps to just be able to talk to someone. Like, if it's not a therapist, let it be your best friend. If it's not your best friend, just let it be God. Like, let it be someone you trust. But yeah, started going to therapy, and that has helped a lot because so much of the things, like, I'm an overthinker. Oh my God, my Achilles heel to life is how much I overthink. It's just hard for me to think that people have pure intentions, because I move like everyone moves like me. So I'm like, okay, I used to move like everyone moves like me. So I'm like, what reason would someone have to not be trustworthy? Or if someone's inserting themselves into my life, like, why would they not be? Like, if you're going out your way to be my friend, of course you're a good person. No, naive. I was naive. And so because when you experience that a few times, it gets to a point where you're like, oh, you overthink everyone's motives, overthink everyone's, like, intentions in your life. And because of that, I've become a severe overthinker. And I've just started talking to my therapist about it more. one of the things she said that was so simple is like, do you realize like sometimes thoughts are just thoughts? Which for me, that may seem simple to you, but for me, that wasn't the case. Like, thoughts are reality. I was making my thoughts my reality. So if I felt like someone was being dishonest, like that was the reality without even, knowing if it truly actually was. Or just talking to them or just asking them, like, it smells really good, but very smoky. So we got it to this texture, like a little paste, and we'll use that for the next step. Yeah, therapy has helped me so much. I didn't even know she was a Christian therapist, which worked out even better because I think, like, definitely gives me a religious standpoint, but also sometimes I just need practical, the real, what steps should I take to overcome this? So obviously I know therapy is a luxury, but I'm just throwing out things to help avoid what could feel like a daunting next 4 months. Like we're in October right now, but we know like the winter is going to be for the next like 4 to 5 months. So just throwing out advice. Of course, go to God, build a community, therapy, and also what I've learned is finding a hobby. So in a cheesecloth, we're going to wrap half of our yellow, this isn't sure it's a cheesecloth. It's not really, but it's like a tea steeping bag, but it's gonna work today. Half of our yellow onion. We have to add more garlic. It says garlic stems. It says cilantro stems, so we're gonna add that, and bay leaves. So where's the bay leaves? But yeah, finding a new hobby really, really helps too. Like, I feel like I'm giving like super like duh advice, but sometimes you just need to hear the obvious. Truly, a hobby for me that I truly enjoy doing is cooking. Like, this is something that, like, as I'm just yapping with you guys and cooking, like, this just brings me a form of comfort. Multiple hobbies, and I think we always think about the basic hobbies, but like honestly, there's things that people do that I wouldn't even know that was considered a hobby. Like, obviously there's working out, there's running, there's joining a club, but people make coffees as a hobby. People, go read books as a hobby. I don't know. Something that brings you peace, and it doesn't have to be too serious. I've made my hobby my work, so that could be a little tricky, so don't do that, but it could be anything. And also, just like, I feel like in the summer it's like go, 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 go. But in the winter, the beautiful thing about life slowing down is you can rest more. And I feel like we're never allowing ourselves to rest. Like, how about we romanticize rest? We have romanticized hustle culture for so long. Let's romanticize rest. We literally need rest to function. I put 2 cloves in here, but I feel like I need more garlic. Most people can't even say that they truly give themselves enough time to rest. And honestly, sometimes we live in a world where it's hard to. But just think about a time where you've been well rested. Like, don't you feel like you function better? Don't you feel like your brain functions more? Like, I don't know, it just feels better. So romanticize rest. Like, there's a big, big difference from rest, being restful, and being lazy. And I feel like so many times people try to make us feel like, oh, well, if you just take the day off or use a Saturday just to simply rest and find yourself, like, that's laziness. Because you could be doing this, you could clean your apartment, you could do the laundry. Let that laundry will get done. Go to bed, take a nap. You know what? Whatever rest looks like, sometimes resting isn't napping to people. Sometimes rest is just sitting. Sometimes rest is cleaning. Whatever that looks like to you, let that be you. All right, let's go put this on the stove. Okay, so we have our pot here. Let's put this light on, maybe that's better. So we have our pot here, and everything we just pretty much prepared, we're gonna put in the pot. So our cheesecloth with our things. I feel like this is so weird to just put in, but the whole thing's, dang, I wish this part, whatever. It's gonna have to go in. And then we're putting our adobo in as well. Add our beef. I said I was following it to the cord. Obviously I'm not, because you're not even measuring the water, but enough to cover it. I know my husband's so tired of soup. I just know this man is so tired of soup, but I'm like, it's cozy comfort. Like, it's the fall. Why not? Why not enjoy some soups? And especially a new one. Like, I'm sure hearing like, oh, the Chili's trying to do the same thing over and over, the Chili's and all that stuff. Maybe that gets boring, but this is like a new addition. So whatever. We're gonna have to bring this to a boil before we take it to a simmer. So yeah, I have it on high. Let me actually guys show you the pot. Yeah, so everything's in. This is how it should be looking, and we're gonna bring this to a boil. So I was looking at my onion, like I know this was supposed to be used for something, and it was supposed to be blended with the adobo. So since I didn't blend it there, I'm just going to blend it right now with a little bit of the water that I'm bringing to a boil, and I'm gonna add it back in there. But I just kind of want to tell you guys that so you can go do it if you were following me. I'm sorry. It started to boil, and honestly, I was scared because it was like, how's this gonna be? But it's starting to smell so good. It smells so good. So because it's boiling, because it started to boil now, I am going to bring it down to a simmer for at least an hour. It's 8 o'clock, so it looks like I won't be eating till 9. That's great. I cut up all my toppings for later, so we'll put that to the side. So last night friends called, and I was just prioritizing, kind of chatting with them. Like, I didn't want to be like, let me call you back, I'm filming. Like, that seems rude, especially when one of my friends I was on the phone with lives across the country, so, and we're in different time zones, so we finally found the time to talk. So I just wanted to kind of like prioritize that conversation, but I also want to prioritize you. And we went through that whole cooking journey yesterday, and you guys didn't even get to hear my real thoughts. So I put the same hoodie on, you know, create the same vibes, even though it's daytime now. And I made another bowl, so that's a good sign that I'm on bowl number 2. And let's do a first bite together, so I can like kind of describe it. I want to get a piece of the beef, tortillas, cilantro, and the honey. The soup is really good. Like, it's so different from so different than what like my normal fall time soups are. Like, it has not as much spice as I would like, but it has a little bit of spice. It has just like that smoky flavor. Of course, the limes, the cilantro. Like, on a sick day, my husband even said, like, I can't see myself requesting this. I know not a lot of people eat pork. I don't eat it all the time, but I'm not gonna say I cut it out of my life completely. But I can see how pork has really good flavor. So I could just see how that being the meat of choice for this could make the flavor go up. Ooh, more. I do hope this video was helpful to someone who is, you know, trying to avoid the bad seasonal feels. And I hope that you know that you're not alone. Many people experience it. And I found out a new word. Well, I've always known the word, but to like really put it into perspective, it's whimsical. And that's just like joy just because. And I want to exude that type of feeling for the rest of the year. And honestly, from there on, like, joy just because. Joy in the midst of it all. Like, just finding joy in all the little things, finding joy in the big things, just finding joy in every single day. And so I challenge you to do that too. Like, even if it's a bad day, find one piece of joy in it. And let's just be whimsical together through the fall and through the winter. because honestly, we have so much to be appreciative of. There we go. Light your candle, make your tea, make your coffee, get cozy, make your soups, and find something to be joyful about. Because I find that the coziness in the home is what brings me the most peace. But if it's coziness in your car, go in your car and put a song on. If it's coziness in the gym, go put your AirPods in and go work out. Find whatever your cozy is in this holiday season and stick to that so you can avoid what the season tries to bring. So, it's your favorite kitchen bestie. I hope you enjoy yapping and cooking with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Where'd you go?